I'm laying in my bed and I'm staring up at the white stucco painted ceiling, disappointed. I have a baggy graphic t-shirt on, but nothing below that. See, my addiction had rushed me to my bed, got me to grab some tissues and my phone, and start doing something I shouldn't have been doing. My brain is now a chemical soup of dopamine and whichever neurochemical causes piercingly strong regret. And as I've already reset my nofap streak, I may as well go for another cheeky round, right? It's like a boxer who's training for that big fight and he keeps coming back to the gym like clockwork. But instead of sharpening my jab or my footwork, I'm just suffocating my potential. Time after time, I'm practicing weakening my brain. I'm training it that when an urge arises, when a feeling arises, don't think about it, just act. What I should have been training my brain this whole time was the ability to resist the urges that I know make the chances of me becoming a 1% man less and less and less likely. What I should have been training was developing my skill of willpower. Let's define some terms. Whereas discipline is the power to persist, willpower, on the other hand, is the power to resist. Now I'm going to introduce you to a very important concept. See, there's something that I like to call the snake in your psyche, or just the snake. This is the voice that is trying to keep you weak. I know it super well, and I'm sure that you do too. Now here's the most difficult part about the snake. It speaks in the exact same voice that you do. It can perfectly imitate. This means that you cannot necessarily trust the voice in your head simply by its sound. You have to observe how it moves. Now, you know it's the snake in your psyche whenever you begin to roll around an idea in your mind that you know is a bad one. Okay, for example, I want you to try something right now. That main vice that you're trying to give up, it might be porn, junk food, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, spending your paycheck, playing video games, whatever. I want you to think about it right now. You notice that feeling that starts to come up? A little anxiety, some excitement, a bit of agitation. It's hard to sit psychologically still. You play around with ideas like, maybe I could just watch one last time and then I'm done forever. Okay, my diet is gonna start Monday, so Sunday I have to go all out. It's these little cases that your mind seems to make for itself about how you should destroy your own potential and progress. I know that you know this feeling and I know that you've heard this voice, but that voice, yeah, that's the snake. It cannot be trusted. The snake is a psychological parasite that lives off of eating your potential. But now here's the cool part. Think back to that desire. Listen to the snake one more time with me. Feel that anxiety and arousal that builds within you. Now, I want you to deny it. Feel for a second what it's like for your mind to overpower the snake. Hear a second voice, your own voice, that's speaking louder and over the snake, saying no. Really feel it. Hear that second voice say no, no, no. You just used willpower. Your willpower strength tree just unlocked a new level. These are points that you can allocate to slowly building this new skill. And what's better is you just did a repetition. Just like being in the gym, you just lifted something with resistance. In a way, you just strengthened the vocal cords of your mental voice. See, next time it will be able to shout slightly louder at the snake. And this is the key. Now, in a single day, your willpower battery can deplete, just kind of like strength in a real physical workout. But day after day, your willpower will strengthen. And it really comes down to training the brain to observe how the snake moves. This way, you become aware of when to use your willpower muscle. Now, like I mentioned, sometimes you're going to fail to realize that it's the snake talking. And other times your willpower muscle won't be strong enough to lift the weight, so to speak. But I will remind you once more with this analogy that willpower muscle is like going to the gym. You will get stronger in time. But the more workouts you let yourself miss, the weaker your muscle is going to get. The less awareness you give to your weak points, the more unbalanced your body and your willpower will get. You'll be able to resist some things in some areas, but not others. This is why you must really practice observing the snake. And then you use your willpower muscle to overpower it with no. As a practical takeaway action item from this video, I want you to consider the main vice that you're currently trying to overcome. Write it down on your phone, your computer, or just a piece of paper. I want you to look at it every single morning before you begin your morning routine. This will repeatedly bring your awareness to where the snake is living inside your psyche. And just bringing your awareness to it is going to bolster your willpower for when the snake strikes in exactly that spot. Now, if you're anything like me, one of the biggest grips that the snake has had over you is with respect to video games. That's why I made a video that's specifically created to help you. And I'm going to put that video up on your screen in about 10 seconds, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Spencer with Must Become. Always remember that your potential is your obligation, and so what you can become, you must become.